All right, man. Peace. So on this episode, we're gonna talk about this little fat bitch off the TV show Mon 600 LB Life. Like, it's funny how to consider her a star. Her name is Gina Krasley, dead at 30. And what's funny about this article? I'm not gonna shit on her because she's dead and all that, but I'm just gonna point out the truth. Because the thing about it is like TLC try to bullshit and try to pretend like they don't know exactly why the fuck she died, and they try to play it off too. And what's crazy about the show too is it's my first time hearing about somebody died from this show. I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised she's actually like when I watch the show, I'm like, damn, how the hell did y'all make it this far? How the hell did y'all make it this far? Like I said, I don't want to say rest in peace because I'm already talking shit, but she already had a lot of her piece while alive, a piece of chicken, piece of fries, piece of burger, all that piece. But I don't want to shit on the dead and all that, but a lot of this shit you see, like it's self inflicted. A lot of this problem is self inflicted. Like think about it, man. Like come on now, you just can't let yourself go like that. I'm not saying I'm in the best shape at all, but it's just kind of crazy. Like when you watch the show, right? They talk about like okay, like the doctor specifically gave these people instruction, be like, hey, we can do the surgery for you, but you got to put in a little bit of effort, lose a couple pounds. But instead, these bitches like they want to be lazy. So ain't no surprise, any of these people are dead. Like I said, I ain't talking shit. I'm just telling you the truth, you know. But like I said, sorry to her family, sorry to everybody, but they should not pretend like this shit wasn't gonna happen regardless. Like ain't no way you're gonna be that fat and just stay just gonna like cruise through life you know like there isn't some waiting for you at the end of the tunnel. you know. So like, anyways, let me get into the story because it's a little story from TMZ, you know, and yeah. So it says Gina Krasley, who appears on season 8 of My 600 LB Life, has died according to TLC. The official cause of death is unclear, but TLC is fucking full of shit, man. They know exactly. Okay, think about this. You can just look at this whole entire picture. You can tell me like her death is unclear. TLC full of shit, man. You know that they're lying. Everybody who watched the show damn near know these bitches are supposed to be dead before they even hit 600. But for some odd reason, they managed to be alive. This is not bullying because some YouTube algorithm gonna try to flag me for this shit. But like I said, rest in peace. But she had a lot of pieces. She had a piece already. But like I'm saying, TLC try to bullshit, act like they don't know exactly why the fuck these people die. And when you watch the show, it's very clear as to what is a lot of their issues in life. Look at this shit. You tell me if I look like that and I die today, it's not gonna be that obvious as to the reason why I died. Let's keep it real now. Okay. No, the official cause of death is unclear, but an obituary says Gina died Sunday at home in Tuckerton, New Jersey, where she was surrounded by family. You telling me this bitch died while she was surrounded by family? Even if you watch the show too, a lot of these people end up being fat while around their family, and their family is always egging this shit on. You telling me this bitch is eating all through her lives. She's eating all through her lives. There's always somebody right there cooking up a big plate of food for her and serving that shit to her. And you telling me nobody know why the fuck she died? First of all, the bitch can't even get up. So if you deny her some shit, what the fuck is she gonna do? Roll on the floor and chase you? No. Like, come on now. They try to act like they don't know exactly why she died. We all know why the fuck she died. And like I said, you can go on TLC. I mean, TMZ and read the story and shit, and you can put two and two together for yourself. But I'm gonna play this video, and we're gonna dive into it, and y'all gonna see exactly what was most of her issues in life. You know, so TLC, stop bullshitting. You know why the fuck she died. You know, I don't know if any of you guys familiar with her story, but ain't nothing to be too familiar with. The bitch is fat. The show is about fat people. It is what it is. You know, let's dive deep into it.
My life's been hard. The first thing I remember was my older sister Allie getting diagnosed with agoraphobia when I was 7 and she was 11.
First of all, look at how fat they are as children. Already their family is setting them up for failure. You know, you gotta blame the parents too. You know what I'm talking about? And TLC talking about they don't know why she died, but yet she died near all of her family members. And look at this is their baby picture. For Christ's fucking sake, this is their baby picture. They need to stop making excuses for these fat women out here in America. It's a lot of fat bitches that you cannot call out for being fat because it's considered body shaming. The bitch is fat. You know? They always try to create some type of excuse for these women by talking about they have some type of disorder or some type of sickness or some. They always try to blame the fact that these lazy fucking women have some type of mental issue as to why they're fat. I was listening to some kind of video a while back about obesity in the black community, and this bitch talk about shrimp is the reason why there's obesity in the black community. It's the reason why they're fat. Look at this shit right here. Come on now. It's the parents' fault too. You know? Why the fuck are you feeding your kids? Like, look at how young they are. You know? Like, I ain't trying to talk bad about her, but I'm just trying to use her story as a backdrop to, you know, explain a bigger issue that's going on out here in America. And that's the excuse for obesity. You know? Because when it comes to these women, they always try to sugarcoat this shit, man. Even like TLC try to say they don't. Are you serious, TLC? They try to say they don't know why. If it was a man, it was a dude. I guarantee you, straight out the box, he had some type of heart failure. You know, heart attack, cardiac arrest. Oh, they would tell you exactly why that motherfucker died. But when it comes to the obvious reason of why these fat bitches are dropping dead, it's unclear. It's fucking unclear. But pictures don't lie. That's them. They were literally walking in the hands of death from birth. Look at this shit right here. They look like the Pillsbury dope man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to make fun out of them because they, you know, it's a picture at the end of the day. So y'all can't be mad at me about this. But I'm just pointing out the truth. Like, look at this shit. Let's continue, man.
I felt like all of my mom's attention was on my sister. So I always felt my whole life like I was always like pushed under the rug.
Man, no disrespect. We all had a lot of issues growing up and a lot of issues pertaining to parents. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people who have some type of issue like that, you know, like I said, a lot of this shit is also the parents' fault, the family fault, because they keep egging this shit on. They keep literally throwing a lot of food in this girl's face. And, you know, but you telling me, like, okay, you know what? Let's just play this, man.
So that was a really hard time in my life, and I got really jealous of my sister. And I remember what made me forget that.
First of all, ain't nothing to be jealous about. They both look the fucking same. I don't know, like, if her sister was literally, like, like a skinny model or some shit like that, let's be honest, man. Most people growing up, who was fat and their other sibling was skinny, the parents, I'm not saying this is right, but most of the time the parents is going to show the skinny person, more favor. Because at the end of the day, being fat as a kid and all your parents kind of look a little bit healthier, and your sister or your sibling, parents get a little bit embarrassed because they don't know how to tell you, like, hey, man, you got to lose some weight now. It's child abuse, So it is what it is. But anyways, I don't really understand, like, why is the parents taking one kid, being one of the favorite, because it doesn't make sense to me because they both look the same. So I just think it's a little bit exaggerating right here because, like, let's be real now, like, they already making excuses. You see, they're already painting the picture from the beginning, because if she claims her family was showing, or her parents are showing her sister, which looks just like her, more favor than her, why are they feeding her a lot of shit while she's a grown-ass adult? I mean, shit, they offering her quite a lot. Because I don't know, in this picture, she looks pretty fucking happy. She looks pretty fucking happy. Like, yes, we going to get some ice cream after this fucking picture. That's that type of smile. So it is what it is.
Pain of being abandoned was eating. And by the time I was 10, I was already over 150 pounds.
God damn.
Gina's childhood,
Come on, man. They both look the same. Who the hell is showing, like, come on. She lied, man. She already making up excuses as to why she's fat. Ain't no man going. I'm telling you, when you watch the man stories on the show, they don't really have that much excuse as to these women. They don't have any like childhood trauma or some shit that made them fat. Some they do, but it's like, come on now, it's something that could change over time.
The bad mom. She would fight me to get food, and instead of just saying no and dealing with it, mom.
Let me rewind that.
Gina's childhood, I was the bad mom. She would fight me to get food, and instead of just saying no and dealing with a temper tantrum,
You see that? So of course the mom wasn't showing no goddamn favoritism to the daughter, the other daughter. It's some bullshit. She's fighting her mom over food and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, a lot of these fat women are aggressive and they're strong as hell. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no way her mom, she weighing 150 pounds at the age of 11. Come on now. She damn near was her mom weight at that time. Mom's scared too. You know what it is?
just gave in. I think I let her manipulate me 150%. So I think for Gina, I carry so much guilt that it was my fault she was so heavy.
True.
My waist.
But then she's saying she has so much guilt as to why she is still heavy, because the mom is living in fear. This is what she got to deal with every single day if she says no. This is a sumo wrestler. Like, come on, man. The mom was scared. The mom can really do much. You know what I'm saying? You got two fat daughters who's growling at you every fucking day. That if you make them miss a meal, it's on sight. Not to be mean, but yeah. Now, come on now. I will be scared if my kid look like this. And they said, I want some fucking cookie. And I said, fuck no. And they said, okay, like shit like that could possibly get you killed as a parent if you're not careful. Like, especially white people, they are very, very, very to the next level when they don't get their ways. You know what I'm saying? And I can see why the mom was a little bit, hesitant to, you know, like really their daughters the way she really wanted to parent them. You know, it was probably out of fear. You know, but yeah.
It started to cause problems for me because I started getting bullied a lot. So that led to me acting out and getting punished a lot, which...
Okay. She said being fat led to her being bullied a lot. That's something she could do about it, you know? All she has to do is not fight her mom for extra fucking food on the plate. That's something that could be controlled. She was getting fat. She knew she was getting fat. She knew she was getting bullied. But yet when the mom tried to literally, tame her eating habit, she fight the mom. So the mom ended up giving her the shit anyways because the mom is scared for her life. And then the cycle keep going on and on and on and on and on and on until she dies. So this is her fault. Her death was on her hands. So when she became an adult, she has the ability to change a lot of this shit. She ended up on this show given a second fucking chance, but instead, she didn't live up to the deal pertaining to TLC and the doctors and all the shit you got to go through. She could have fucking put in the effort, and she would have still be alive to this day. And TLC is trying to be on some bullshit, act like they don't know why the fuck she died. We know why she died, TLC. The bitch was fat. And I'm not throwing salt on the fact that she's dead, but I'm just throwing salt on the fact that she's made terrible decisions and choices and chose to live the way she lived, which caused her death. So at the end of the day, she got what she deserved. Rest in peace, by the way. But she got what she deserved. And I know it sounds like I'm a little bit mean, I'm a little bit harsh. It is what it is. I had a lot of issues too growing up. But you know what? I still don't blame my parents for none of it. I'm not sitting there crying and thinking about, hey, you did this to me, I'm gonna do this to I never held no fucking I never held nothing over their head. I let it go, move on, and try to live a better life. It could always happen, But she chose to live the life she lived. It is what it is. Anyways, let's continue. So, yeah. In my opinion, bullying is a sign of, constructive criticism. So maybe that was a sign for her. But instead, she decided she want to choose ignorant because, hey, a double cheeseburger, hey, it cures the trauma of bullying for the time being. You know what? I might as well.
Which made things even worse. Especially with my dad, because he was the enforcer, kind of. And when I did something wrong and he was upset, my punishments from him could get brutal. He would hit.
There it is. There the fuck it is. You see this shit right here? You see this shit right here? You telling me she can't put that shit down? You telling me she can't put that shit down? Like, this is a grown ass 600 lb child right here. How the fuck do you work? Think about this shit, as a parent, you're like, first of all, isn't she thinking to be aspired to be anything in life at all? So her whole entire upbringing, her whole entire life, she just thinks she's just gonna eat and sit on her ass for the rest of her life. And her parents should be taking care of her. She don't think maybe, hey, I want to do something. I want to have some type of career or something like that. She wasn't thinking about none of that. All she was thinking about was a large Philly cheesesteaks. Was like, this is her career. How the fuck you eat yourself into being jobless? You eat yourself into being like I said, I'm not the most perfect person when it comes to diet, but I damn sure I'm not gonna be thinking about food when I'm trying to be something, aspiring to be something, something better. Like, at least if she had a job doing something productive with her life and eating like this, I could understand. But you don't just literally eat yourself to this situation to where you don't do nothing. And one thing that always pissed me off about this show too, there is always some fucking nigga or some sucker ass dude married to these girls. These girls always seems to have a goddamn fucking boyfriend or a husband. I can never understand that. Like, where the fuck did y'all meet? Cause she don't get off the fucking couch unless it's going to buy groceries or some shit like that, or pick up her order or some shit. She got a ring on her fingers. This is one thing that always pisses me off about this show. Like I was saying, it's the fact that they're married. So basically, whoever is putting a fucking ring on Shawty fingers has no standards, no morals, and is literally egging her into being this comfortable with this lifestyle. And what's crazy too, like, it's hard to even tell fat bitches to lose weight if you're in a relationship with them or you're married. You're done. Basically, you tell that bitch to lose weight, nigga, you damn near might as well, you about to get a divorce, or you it's about to be like an uncomfortable house. You about to be living in an uncomfortable house. You know? I ain't gonna lie. I remember I was dating this one girl, right? She was chubby, you know? And I would be like, you know what, like, hey, let's go to the gym, let's do this, let's do that. But she never want to work out, but she got a gym membership. I'm working out, looking thin, fit, all that shit. I'm trying to make this bitch better. She don't want to lose weight at all. So I got up, cheated on her. Well, technically, she pushed me into that shit. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be sitting here. I'm paying all the bills, doing all the shit. You ain't paying for nothing. All you have to do is lose weight. That was basically her only job, to lose fucking weight. That was her only job. She gets up at 4, like around 3 or something like that. She could go work out. She got a gym. Instead, she comes home and sleep and snores like shit. And I'm coming home from work. No food, none of that shit. I gotta wash my own dishes and all that shit. So I got up, left her for another girl. Guess what happened? She got mad. Oh, you wouldn't accept me for who I am. I said, I accept you for who you are, but come on now, you could work on your weight a little bit. But she did not want to acknowledge that shit. So I got up and left. She got mad. Talking about I'm not, why I'm not accepting her for who she is. No, you're fat. I accept you for your character, personality. You're a good person, but come on now. I can't be working out, paying all the bills, doing all this shit, and you ain't doing shit but getting fatter. So fellas, if your bitch is getting fat on you, leave her. Or tell her to lose weight. And if she doesn't want to lose weight, you have every single right to move on. Don't let them try to, guilt trip you into being unhappy with their unhappy ass. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Hit me, pull my hair. But at a young age, I didn't know that was abuse. I just thought that's how he handled situations. But I would cry to my mom. But she never stopped it or did anything about it. And it wasn't just happening to me, it was happening to Allie too. My dad would punch me in my face until my nose bled.
You see what I'm talking about? When it comes to these women and their bad behavior, there is always some type of excuse or some type of psychological trauma that they're going through that causes them to be fat. Most people who undergo some type of psychological trauma, they get in the gym, they work that shit out. They find hobbies. They do shit. They work harder. They can keep themselves distracted because they don't want to sit there and constantly keep thinking about the trauma and shit that they went through in the past. Because that memory haunts them. But instead, they making up an excuse. Oh, yeah, her being fat has every single thing to do with the father. There's always the men getting blamed for this type of shit. The mother, it was just she was showing more favor to the sister. The father, it was abuse. God damn it, America. The father, it wasn't abuse. The mother, it was just a little tiny bit of showing favor to the sister, Father, he out here punching her, kicking her, flipping her, all type of wrestling moves on her. Cause her to eat. She wrestling them goddamn sandwiches in her mouth and them fries, looking like a sumo wrestler. Damn. Yo, they need to, women just need to just take accountability for their bullshit and start blaming men. You know what I'm saying? They gotta stop blaming men, man. Because this shit is getting old. The script is getting old. We figure this shit out. Y'all bitches lazy. Y'all stupid. Y'all evil. Y'all mean. Y'all don't take accountability for none of your shit. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of deadbeat women. How y'all be talking about men being deadbeat fathers and all this shit. But at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not speaking bad on the fact that she passed away. So, I'm talking about her behavior. This shit is unacceptable. And let's acknowledge the fact that why she died. And I'm gonna point it out. The bitch was fat. You know what I'm saying? Them arteries was clogging up.
My dad would choke me until I couldn't breathe. My dad would kick me until I was black and blue on my legs, and I had to go to school like that. He would say that I'm not good.
She don't look fucking traumatized eating those fucking sandwiches. Bitch look happy as hell. Like I'm telling you, a lot of this shit ain't no trauma. Some of these bitches just got lazy and give up on life. It's that simple. Ain't nobody this traumatized and they don't want to do shit about it. She don't even want to get away from her family and none of that shit. He choking her, slamming her. She go to school with bruises on her and the teachers and nobody say nothing or even try to call a parent. What's that shit called again? That shit where they try to get the parents in trouble or something. I forgot the name, but yeah, no, none of that shit. Come on now, ain't no white girl going to school getting beat the fuck up by their parents and they don't stay home and shit. She full of shit.
Good enough. I'm not worth it. I'm disgusting. I'm fat. I smell. I'm stupid. I'm dumb. That's when me and my sister would.
That's the truth.
escape and go to get food and go to every fast food place we could.
Come on now. Look at this shit. They look fucking happy. They look fucking happy. Does these girls look like they're being traumatized as a kid growing up? A fat kid is a sign of a spoiled child, in my opinion. A fat kid is a sign of a spoiled child. She was given every single fucking food she wants to stuff down her throat. Taken to every single goddamn new restaurant in town. Diners. Come on now. Even the mom feared for her life when it comes to these girls and their food. So why the fuck in the world would she say no to whatever the fuck they got to stuff in their tummy? These women be lying, man. Like when you hear them speak, you know, about certain shit, you always be expecting some nigga about to get thrown under the bus because they're never gonna take accountability for it at all. You know, it was always somebody else's fault. You know, it would start all smooth, you know, blah blah blah, and then some nigga gotta come in the picture, some dude. So she was just at this age, they just running away. Where to get the money from? From a bunch of kids that don't work. The dad, the mom. Yeah, fuck it. I want to hear the dad's story if he was alive.
And I was already up to over 300 pounds by the time I started high school when I was 14. But in high school, things got even worse because my parents got a divorce. And for some reason, my mom did nothing.
Like I said, these bitches look happy, okay?
To keep us with her at that time. So me and Allie ended up living with our abusive father without our mom. And that's when things got really bad because there was just nothing holding him back anymore.
We weren't able to leave our home when the abuse happened. We weren't able to do anything. And when we were able to, we escaped and we got food.
Why the fuck she sounds so happy about explaining this story? There's no sadness in these women's eyes at all. Absolutely no sadness. If they got a divorce, ain't no fucking way they're staying with the dad. It's a bunch of lies. It don't make no damn sense as to the mom favoring one of these girls that much to the fact that he allowed her to stay with him. Look at how she said this shit. Oh, then we go get food. Haha.
Able to do anything, and when we were able to, we escaped and we got food.
Do you see that shit?
We weren't able to do anything, and when we were able to, we escaped and we.
Do you see that happiness on her face? Do you see that fucking joy on her face when they talk about we escaped and we got food? Ain't no trauma in these women stories, man. Ain't no real trauma, man. They're out here throwing this poor man under the bus who gives them every fucking thing they wanted. If you ran away and got food, who gave you money? They ain't had no jobs. She full of shit, man.
We got food. That was our escape.
I was just trying to constantly eat as much as I could. And that pushed my weight to over 450 by the time I graduated high school. And as I was getting closer to 500, it started to get harder to do things. But that turned out to be a good thing because becoming disabled like that meant I could qualify for some financial assistance to get a place.
You know what, matter of fact, I don't even want to continue this story anymore. I'm going to end it right here. But I just want to touch on the fact that these lying fat bitches out here try to blame their fucking death and all this situation on somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And TLC over here try to cover the fact that they don't know why the fuck she died. You know, stop being fat. You know what I'm saying? Obesity is a choice. You know what I'm saying? It's a choice. So this bitch died because she was fat. You know what I'm saying? She died because she was fat. Let's acknowledge that. You know? Your time's up. Anyways, rest in peace. This wasn't meant to be no diss. It's just meant to shine a light on a bigger picture. No pun intended. But yeah. Anyways, it is what it is. Hey, I'm not gonna hell for this video, but who knows?